Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. This is Fan Favorite Friday. We are going to be talking about Butler, Pennsylvania, 2024, Donald J. Trump, and Thomas Matthew Crooks. Be right back. Welcome, Tarot Maniacs, Tarot fans, and Tarot enthusiasts. So we are going to be talking about the event heard around the world. This was the attempted fascination of Donald J. Trump that happened during the campaign for the 2024 election. Had this event been successful, we would be living in a very different world right now. So going to give you the details. The incident happened on July 13th, 2024, day after my birthday, July 12th. Remember that if you want to get me something nice. During the campaign rally at the Butler Farm Showgrounds, then presidential candidate Donald J. Trump was grazed in the right ear by a bullet fired from an AR-15 style rifle. The shooter, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, fired from a rooftop approximately 400 to 450 feet away, not a far distance. The attack resulted in the death of rally attendee Corey Comparatore, a 50-year-old former fire chief, and critical injuries to two others. Fortunately, those two others did survive. Little profile on Thomas Crooks. Crooks was a quiet individual with strong academic background, having graduated with honors from Bethel Park High School, earning an associate's degree in engineering. He had no prior criminal record or known health or mental health issues. Despite being a registered Republican, he had previously donated to a Democratic Political Action Committee. In the days leading up to the rally, Crooks had practiced at a shooting range, purchased ammunition and a ladder, and flew a drone over the rally site. The investigation findings, the FBI's investigation revealed no definitive motive, though Crooks' online activity included searches related to political events and extremist content. That can be faked, though. Security lapses were identified, including inadequate surveillance of the building from which Crooks fired. Secret Service acknowledged failures in their protective measures during the event. To be sure, it is my understanding that the police did respond in an exemplary manner. President Joe Biden condemned the attack. Then President Joe Biden condemned the attack and emphasized the need for national unity. Trump, after receiving medical attention, returned to the stage and displayed a defiant gesture, raising his fist to the crowd. This has become quite famous. The incident prompted bipartisan calls for improved security protocols at political events. So let's do some reading here. We're going to do some spreads and what underlying factors led to the assassination attempt. We're going to dip into Thomas Crooks' mind right now. So I'm going to bring up the card view. Please hit like, share, and subscribe if you want to help my channel.
You said the word.
I did. I said the word. I have Gregopedia here. I said the word. Oh, I said instead of fascination. Yes, I did. Let's bring up that card view nice and big. I hope you guys are having a great day. Living the free life here in the United States of America. I hope you are living the free life wherever you are tuned in from. So what were the underlying factors that led to this fascination attempt? Past. 3 of Wands. Present. Future. Present would be the time of the event. So in the past, this is a lack of connectivity with other individuals and a lack of materialization of his wants and likes and dreams. in the present Six of Cups, I do think this is a nostalgia card. I think he was hoping that he would go down as an anti-hero, as some kind of individual that was getting into the history books. Future High Priestess, we do see him as someone who was not using higher thought. So since he was removed from the Earth plane by the local police, right, Greg? The local police did that?
I believe so.
I believe they did too.
Secret Service usually wants them alive.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Questioning.
Jack Ruby. They didn't get Jack Ruby. Did they? Oh no, they did get Jack Ruby. He was alive.
I don't think they don't want anybody to tell them what they did.
I'm sorry. We're now talking about a different fascination. So, ooh, I'm dropping cards here. So, if Crooks was intending to put himself in the history books, why? Did he think that this was a way to achieve notoriety through the fascination of a potentially beloved, and I know you might have a different opinion, potentially beloved, or at least a candidate that had a great deal of momentum behind them? Was that the intention? Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles. I think he was trying to be the voice and the action of people that do not like Donald Trump. I think he was kind of getting behind that. How did he feel about Trump? Let's look at that. Page of Pentacles. Six of Wands. This is odd. Queen of Pentacles. Strength in reverse, Star in reverse. You know, there's this sense of he must be stopped. He must be stopped because he will be successful. He must be stopped. He must be stopped because he will be successful. I hear things repeating over and over again. I'm curious. Are we talking about a Manchurian candidate here? I'm saying it. I'm saying it out loud. I said it. This video is going to be hot and probably totally not monetized.
But it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be greatest video ever.
Greatest video, the most tremendous video you've ever made.
I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think Donald Trump even entertains psychics and tarot readers like me. I don't think he does. I don't think he has any time for it.
Nope. All about the money.
So, was Thomas Crooks, was he affected by some kind of process to do this thing? One card. Five of Wands. That is complications and confusion there. Complications and confusion would be kind of the order of the day. Three of Wands. I think it's you know, as much as I want this to be an MK Ultra kind of situation, I don't think that it is. I think this is someone who was not rooted in a particular set organization community. And I think that this was a way to achieve some level of greatness. I know that that's a tough one to swallow there.
I mean, truth be told, some people would laud him as a hero.
Yes, some people would find him a hero. And they usually watch The View. They may be on The View.
Mm-hmm.
Whoopi had some interesting things to say about the Macrones. I'm going to do it in a short, but she was like, well, Brigitte wouldn't hold his hand going down the stairs because she doesn't want to look like she needs the help. I was like, oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. So what lessons can be learned from this situation? What lessons can be learned? from the Thomas Crooks side of things. Queen of Wands. Page of Wands. Those that are powerless, those that don't have the support and direction necessary to find their footing in this world, will forge their own path. And that path may be destructive. That's what we got there, kids. So, I want to look at the Secret Service a little bit. What a ball drop. Like, honestly, like, what a ball drop. The roof couldn't have been any more perfect. Did the Secret Service know something? Did they know something?
Can't tell you.
Because it's a secret, right? Secret Service. Did they know something? What do you think I got, Greg? You can't see it.
Yes.
I got the tower.
They.
So, Three of Wands, Five of Wands in reverse, and the Two of Wands. That all of these are in reverse. So this is almost academic ineptitude. We're not going to really help that much. We're just going to let things happen. The U.S. is a powder keg. We'll just kind of half-ass our job. I may as well curse,
A leg.
A leg.
You're looking for a leg.
A leg. You're looking for a leg.
There may be a leg over there somewhere.
So I do think that there was less effort, which is really terrible, because I do think the Secret Service should be held to an extremely high standard, and they should not allow their politics to be involved. And I think in this particular situation, politics were allowed to be involved. And I think their leadership was lax. I'm going to say it. I think it was lax. And I think a lot of people would agree with me on that, even people that don't like Trump. Let's do this. What would the investigation have been like had it worked? If we were now talking about the late Donald Trump, what would the investigation have been like? Because the investigation was not very robust, or we didn't hear very much about it. So what would it have been like had this gone through? Seven of Swords, the Hangman. So Seven of Swords and the Hangman, they would have found their man. I don't think we would have had this same situation. The Knight of Swords, the Magician. I think miraculously that individual, this can sometimes be a fascinator, this guy right here. I think this individual would have been protected from being liquidated. And I think we would have had some kind of presentation of radicalism. How would the Biden administration responded to that in policy? Three of Cups, Eight of Swords, Ten of Wands. These are all mental health cards. Nine of Swords and the Queen of Cups. These are all mental health cards. They would have focused on the mental health of the country. This would have been a platform that they would have exploited, in my opinion.
Gun control.
Well, yeah, let's look at that. Let's look if it's a pew pew control. Pew pew. Sounds like a imperial weapon, doesn't it? Pew pew.
Well, he certainly shot like a stormtrooper.
Oh, not really. So would we have had pew pew control? Justice. Two of Pentacles. Yes, we would have had new laws. Knight of Cups. Extend that hand of friendship, and Three of Pentacles, we would have seen a whole bunch of new laws that would have reduced the ability to protect yourself. One of my friends calls it feminine protection, which I think is hilarious.
Feminine protection?
Yes. Our friend that lives out west, in the Northwest,
okay.
you know,
Feminine protection.
she calls it feminine protection, which is awesome.
That would be like something that like OB would.
Yeah, she says, I have feminine protection. I hope she sees this.
Stay free or die.
That's New Hampshire. It's live free or die. Best license plate ever. So would they have taken that away? Yes, Eight of Cups. They would have taken that.
Feminine protection. Stay free. Get it?
Yes. So I think they would have taken that away. I think we would have had a lot of new laws written about, like if you said you had sleeplessness, it would have disqualified you from having some kind of feminine protection or masculine protection for that matter. So do we have to be concerned? We haven't seen anything. Do we have to be concerned about future political violence? Should we be on the lookout for that? King of Swords can be a fascinator, but this is more of a defender of himself. Six of Pentacles, yeah. The 10 of Pentacles in the bottom. King of Wands, Six of Cups. There's a lack of generosity that's being extended to individuals around leadership from now on, at least during this Trump administration. If we get a more liberal administration in elections coming up, it may be different. They may fall into that trap that, well, you can legislate people being nice. I've always said you can't legislate people being nice to each other. They're either going to like each other or they're not going to like each other. So you can't make laws and say, yeah, you must like this person. So
give up a few more of your liberties for more security.
Yeah, if you gave up a few more of your liberties for security. I think in this administration, we see give no quarter. We are going to behave in terms that are far more conservative in consideration, if that makes sense. So we're not giving people the benefit of the doubt. The screening process is much more rigorous. I think that is probably not the worst idea. You can't let your defenses down. You just can't. So if you guys remember, we are doing Animal Week this whole week. So let's do an animal card for President Trump. These are medicine cards, and we are going to do one for President Trump. He is fighting about tariffs, trying to get the Ukraine-Russian situation under control, taking criticism all over the place. And
Red Panda.
We've got armadillo for him. Armadillo. So if you guys remember, armadillo medicine is about protecting oneself. It is the medicine wheel itself when the armadillo curls up. We've talked about this one already this week. So armadillo, arm yourself, protect yourself, surround yourself with more magic and tactical magic. Oh, what is tactical magic? So tactical magic is something we do here. But tactical magic in the sense that he has to have this nice hard outer shell. I think he's got that with the kind of protection, support, and security team that he's put together. So I really did expect this reading to be a lot different. I really did think we were going to get Manchurian Candidate, MK Ultra in here. I thought we were going to get a little bit more. I'm glad that we didn't, because that means that, we're not fighting from within. But I do think that there are individuals that maybe are disenfranchised and on the fringes of culture that are easily swayed into celebridom or infamy by doing something like this. And I hope that the avoidance of this particular individual getting some level of infamy and celebrity out of it. And unfortunately, we have to say celebrity. I hope that this has shown that it's just not the way to go. So, fan favorite Friday. This was not a fan favorite of mine. I was shocked when all of that went down last year. Really was a very scary couple of days because I was not alive during the Kennedy thing, but I was alive during the Ronald Reagan thing. And, you just realize within millimeters, the world can be very, very different. So I hope you learned something here. I hope you take something away from this. Let me know down below what you think about Thomas Crooks and the whole fascination situation. And you can let me know in the comments what you want to do for Fan Favorite Friday next week. Maybe we'll do something a little more upbeat. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't hit that like button yet, hit it on the way out. And I am still continuing my Memorial Day sale. My readings are still on sale. So if you want to go, hit the link in the description and you can book your own magical reading with me too. I just opened up a block of time on Saturday. So I will be doing a lot on Saturday. I'm taking Sunday off though. I played around with maybe working on Sunday, but I'm going to take Sunday off. So hope to see some of you on Saturday. I will see you in the future.